What is up, heroes? This is Midnight Zero, and welcome back to Let's Play Corpse Party Book of Shadows. In the last episode, we experienced some future memories sort of deal with Naomi. We heard the story about her and this cat, which I'm pretty sure was a parallel with Seiko and all. And Sachiko came up to us again and asked us if we wanted to save our friend and all, and that there's a fate we're fighting against, and there's something to do with past memories and future memories. And I don't know how they can be memories if Seiko's like already dead, and I don't know how they'd be considered memories, or like maybe visions or something like that, or something like that from a different timeline. I'm still trying to figure it all out. But regardless, here we are. We begin our fight against fate. When I came back to my senses, I found myself standing in the hallway on the third floor of the school building. When did I get here? How long had I been here? I looked down and sure enough, there were puddles of black all around me. Interesting. So yeah, I do feel like there is this sort of analogy of like the darkness overflowing, and when she does get consumed by the darkness, she goes into these memory sort of states where she interacts with Sachiko potentially, and has visions to help her identify how she needs to save Seiko in this present. It was that viscous fluid that had been spilling out from inside me. A palpable manifestation of dread, spreading out across the floor. But this was no time to sulk. I had to think about Seiko. I left her, all by herself, again. I wonder if she's still in the custodian's room. That sound. Was that like the kicking for like that door? It was coming from inside the bathroom. Oh no. There was a violent banging coming from one of the stalls, with a lump in my throat and a shiver down my spine. I slowly crept in to take a look. Oh no, I don't like where this is going. I don't like where this is going at all. There was an eerie stillness in the air within the girls' lavatory. Wait, have we not experienced this before? No. It didn't feel like there was anyone else in there with me, but I sensed a slight movement on the third stall door from the back. We're definitely going to open it. Like, there's no doubt we're going to have to open it and see what we can do, but I'm confused. Did that mean someone was running through there? Was that Seiko? Is that Seiko in there kicking? Like, what's the connection with that back passage and all? Oh, and this music. This was the source of all the bad feelings and uncomfortable premonitions I'd been having. I knew what I was going to find. I remembered this future. Oh no. Oh no. This was the future I absolutely had to prevent from coming to pass. The image of what waited for me in that stall was burned into my memory. Oh no. Oh no, not again. And it was now a reality. Seiko. And this must have all happened while we were experiencing that memory. Whoa, this music. Seiko! As I mentioned in the very first game, just go underneath her right now and lift her up. Use like get on all fours, on the ground, let her stand on you. Seiko, you're still alive. I'll save you. Huh? There it was again. A flash of the sad future that awaited us. If I made even one wrong move here, but there was still time, I could still save her. Hold on, I'll get you down. But how? Her noose was pretty high off the ground. I needed some way to get up to neck height in order to pull her down safely. Something to stand on? Use the bucket outside. I'm gonna think, I know how the bucket outside goes. So, I'm gonna think of something else. No, I remember now. The bottom of that bucket is rusted through. I fall, and I wind up breaking Seiko's neck. Oh, is that something I was supposed to experience as a wrong end? Oh, this is cool. This is cool. I had a sneaking suspicion it would be a game like this where, once like past in the future and all that, where we run through different options. We kind of go back in time to try and run through things again a little bit better, maybe going for a different outcome. I kind of like this idea. There must be some way to loosen the rope so she can breathe. Hopefully we're not taking too long though to think about it. Like I said, just get underneath her, Naomi. Just push up on her, on the bottoms of her feet. Though only half conscious, Seiko was thrashing about wildly, frantically squirming for air. It seemed automatic, like a reflex. The body struggled for life when life was being denied it. All I could see as I watched her body writhing on the rope was proof positive that she wanted to live. That is actually really important. It's something we didn't get to find out last time. I'm going to save you, I swear. Interestingly enough, she also says, Kondo koso, which means like, I will definitely this time save you. Like this time for sure. It was going to be alright. I could see the future. Fate was on my side for a change. Grab her body. I don't know what grab her body entails. Oh man, this is pretty neat though. I like this. Think of something else or grab her body. I'm gonna try grabbing her body. Yes. Okay, that's what I was hoping. That's what I was hoping it would be. I knew I had to lift Seiko's body in the air, loosening the pull on the rope so she could breathe. Unfortunately, oh no. What? Yikes. While writhing, Seiko inadvertently kicked me square in the jaw. The force of the blow caused me to stumble and fall backwards. Yikes. Then what else? Seiko! She's really suffering. I have to hurry. What's the next step? What do we do then? I still want to, I think, just provide a platform for her to stand on. No. Seiko! No. No! No, we failed again! Seiko's neck was twisted unnaturally. Her arms and legs hung limply and swayed with the leftover momentum of a struggle that would plague her no more. I do want to get a little sciencey real quick. In this particular moment, that wouldn't have really happened. Her neck wouldn't be twisted in such an unnatural way because it broke, which I think is what they're implying, because the breaking would have happened on the initial dropping, and if that doesn't break her neck, it's going to be death from asphyxiation, in which your limbs will eventually go limp, but you're not going to like suddenly break your neck and like, you know? God, no. No, Seiko! Are we going to get our first wrong end or something? I still don't know how that works in this game. I didn't make it in time. Maybe I couldn't. Maybe this was all predestined to happen. An inescapable fate. I didn't want to accept it, but here it was. Still, I should have been able to change it. Fear, despair, and anger were all swirling around inside my head. And I couldn't do a thing to quell them. I knew this was going to happen. I knew it. But I couldn't stop it. What the heck was wrong with me? I just went through the same motions as before. I made the exact same mistakes. And now, Seiko... Are we supposed to think about something else? I don't think... If I recall correctly, from the first game... I think with the first game, they indicate like, oh, you can try to pull her down. But I didn't think that was like the correct answer because you don't want to like try and pull her down or anything like that, obviously with the noose on. I think that might have been interpreted as the same option we selected this time around. Despite, well, music just cut out. I think so. Despite it being, you know, different from what I interpreted as the first game. Seiko, no, don't leave me alone here. Don't leave here without me. A cold silence surrounded me. I was the only living being left. This was the ultimate despair. Ultimate despair. The hopelessness of being completely alone. If only you knew what the actual ultimate despair was, Naomi. And no matter how much I screamed, Seiko would never speak to me again. Yikes. So we got a wrong end. Oh, it's a neat looking little wrong end screen, I guess. So, there may be a few of them. The blood splatters probably indicate to us which one it is. Number 1, wrong end number 2. Okay, so we got it. We'll save our system data and all. Yep, it's okay to overwrite it. Okay, so I guess we just kind of go back and start from where we were before. I don't think that's the save that it overwrote, right? Like, I can start from here and we'll be okay, won't we? Okay, so it's kind of tough to explain, but in a nutshell, this past recording session and such, something was going on with PPSSPP and OBS, and there was a bit of a glitch that prevented me from rendering this entire video and showing you this segment. Luckily, it was only me exploring this little bit of a wrong end, so for the time being, I'm just going to replay this part. I hope you guys don't mind. There wasn't anything mind-blowing from like a reaction standpoint that you're missing out on, but just for the sake of completion, in the sense that I wanted it when I was playing through this the first time, I just wanted to play through this and show you guys this wrong ending, or at least up until the point where the video kind of clears up. So we're just going to do that. Oh yeah, we're restarting this. So we're just going to skip ahead until we get to our decision point, our little branch. So we are going to open it, and then we'll skip ahead to the next decision, and it shouldn't be that long. Oh, Seiko! What do we do? What do we do? Now, as we probably know at this point, using the bucket is probably not the best idea from the very first game and from when we tried it last. It said that something goes wrong, so I'm pretty confident, as I was at that time I initially did this, that it would be a wrong end, but just for the sake of completion, just because I'm a curious person, I had to take a look. I'll be right back, Seiko. I'm gonna go get something to stand on. I hurried out in the hallway to grab the bucket I'd been sitting on the ground there earlier. Or I'd seen sitting on. I did the same mistake in the first time too. If I were to stand on that, I was certain I could reach Seiko's neck, even at my height. There it is. This is going to be filled with the same sort of stuff. Yikes. Inside the bucket were clumps of an unidentifiable rotting meat crawling with countless maggots. The sight alone was nauseating. Yeah, no kidding. But this was no time to be grossed out. Seiko's life was on the line. This is so much more dynamic than the first time in the first game. I picked up the bucket with surprisingly little hesitation.
中の汚物を廊下にばらまくと、汚いバケツを胸に抱えて聖子の元へと駆け出した。
After dumping its contents onto the ground, I held the dirty bucket tight against my chest and rushed back into the bathroom.
助けるから、絶対。
I will save you, I will! So determined. But we all know that this is not going to work out so hot. Hmm.
聖子、じっとして。今ロープをほどくからね。
Seiko, hold still, I'm going to loosen the rope.
裏返したバケツに両足を乗せると、聖子の首元に楽々と手が届いた。
I threw the bucket on the floor upside down and stepped up on it like a footstool. Sure enough, this gave me the lift I needed to reach Seiko's neck.
これなら大丈夫。今助けてあげるからね。
This would work. I was going to save her.
聖子の肩に手をかけて、ロープの結び目を探ろうとした。次の瞬間。
I positioned my hand on Seiko's shoulder and began feeling around for the knot. But then, dun dun dun. No.
腐っていたバケツの底が抜け、落下した私の体重が聖子の首に負担をかけ、 細い首の骨は簡単に折れてしまった。
The bottom of the old rusted bucket had given way. I lost my footing and fell, inadvertently pulling down on Seiko's body. Her thin neck snapped easily.
嘘でしょ。やだ、聖子。
God, no. No, Seiko!
聖子の首が変な風に曲がっていた。全身の力が抜け、だらりとした手足がつられた体と一緒にゆらゆらと回転している。
Seiko's neck was twisted unnaturally. Her arms and legs hung limply and swayed back and forth with the momentum of my fall. She would struggle no more.
手の中から今の瞬間の感触が消えない。聖子の首を折った。私が殺した。
Alright, and this is where I'm going to transition back to the original recording. Thank you guys so much for understanding. This sort of thing happens every now and then. Very rare, but, you know, I do what I can. And, yeah, thanks for being patient. Back to, I don't know, past Nick? Sure.
頭を抱えてしゃがみ込む。心で否定しても頭の中では分かっていた。
I clasped my hands on either side of my head and curled up in a fetal squat.
定められた運命。
This was all predestined to happen. It was an inescapable fate.
だけど変えることはできたはずなのに。
But somehow, I should have been able to change it.
私の中で恐怖と
Yep, this is the same sort of ending now.
止められなかった。
Just went through the same motions before, made the exact same mistake, etc., etc. Now we get our nice little wrong ending. Okay. Thought so. Now let's see here. Do the blood dots indicate to us which wrong end it was? No, it looks the exact same as the previous one. Interesting. But I guess they don't need to because they tell us immediately after wrong end 1. Okay. So we'll save so we have that collected and everything. I guess if I'm getting a lot of these, if there is a decent number of endings and I don't get enough of them in the playthrough itself, I'll do those kind of at the end of the chapter ending collections. But for the time being, just going to kind of see what I can do through my initial blind playthrough. Just playing through the game like I normally would. I guess that's really what it comes down to. My blind playthrough is me playing through the game as I would naturally. So we're just going to start and skip ahead. Let's see here. So we're going to think about it, and then we're going to skip ahead to the next decision, which of course is we're going to think of something else.
見える。ダメ。
No.
あのバケツ。
Oh wait, didn't we already do this? I think we already did. Oh, that's right. The first one is to Oh shoot. The first decision was to go into the stall. Right? And rather than to think about it. I accidentally picked think about it thinking it was the bucket one. Okay, well we're gonna think of something else here. This is what should be new. No, wait, I remember this too. If I try to lift her, I'm just going to end up pulling down on her harder and breaking her neck. Seiko! What do I do? There has to be something else. This music is really good. Hoist her up on your shoulders. I like that a lot more. That's what I was suggesting in the very beginning of the game. So you get on all fours, or in the beginning of the first game, get on all fours, give her a platform to stand on. If she's that high up, you can put her on your shoulders, that sort of thing. I like this. I want to try this. A lot of these seem good at first. There's probably some sort of thing that's going to go wrong, which is going to push it to be the very last possible answer choice, which I hope doesn't happen every single time we get into one of these situations. But that was it. I needed to lift her higher up. I quickly ducked under Seiko's body and forced myself between her wildly flailing legs until she was sitting on my shoulders. Come on. I then put everything I had in my back muscles, standing up and lifting her into the air. This created enough back in the rope that the upper half of Seiko's body, weakened as it was, naturally collapsed against the back wall. Thinking fast, I took a step forward and actively pushed her into it, holding her in a place so her head wouldn't drop back down again, so she could actually breathe. Seiko's breathing! Seiko, stay with me! Breathe! Do we do it? Do we save it? Now that makes me think, ugh, now I'm gonna have to go back and see what happens if you don't decide to get under her shoulders there. Breathe, breathe! She should be good now. Now that she's gotten a few good breaths in, she should be back on her way to normal function. I'm gonna get you out of this rope now, okay? Just hold still. I really think you should just give Seiko a minute to breathe for a little bit, and then rather than try and maneuver your way up there and everything, just let Seiko grab the rope that's around her neck, pull on it to expand the circle a little bit, and take it off her head herself. All the hair on my body was standing on end. I actually did it. I averted fate. I prevented Seiko's death. I could feel it all throughout my being. I had just stepped into a new world, a new destiny. It was an odd sensation. My deja vu, my memories of that horrible future had ground to a halt. I had no idea what would happen from now on. It seems the only memories I retained from that other timeline were the ones relating to my dearest friend's demise. Seiko had stopped squirming and simply slumped over, exhausted from the whole ordeal. I reached my hand up to her neck, gently and carefully. And after a lot of fumbling, I successfully untied the knot on the rope. Yo, so we're making some progress. We doing okay? No need to talk just yet, but just want to make sure you're breathing all right.
メリメリと音がした。信じられないぐらい強く首に食い込んでいたのがわかる。
Yikes. Peeling the slack noose off of Seiko's neck made a sort of crackling sound with each yank. I was in awe of how much force that rope had exerted.
悔しくてたまらない。
It was painful just thinking about it.
今朝まであんなに楽しそうに笑っていたこの子が、私のこと気遣ってくれる優しいこの子が。
Up through this morning, she was all smiles and laughter. She was always thinking about me and always so kind and outgoing.
どうしてこんなひどい目に遭わなきゃいけないのだろう。
Why did something so horrible have to happen to her?
だけど今私と聖子は死の運命を乗り越えた。もう怖くない。
But there was nothing to be afraid of anymore. Seiko and I had now bypassed the sad fate that previously awaited us.
二人いれば大丈夫
Because
だ。
I'm sure you got a lot more to look forward to.
目の前で呼吸をしている聖子の顔を見て涙が止まらなかった。
As long as the two of us were together, we'd make it through this. I looked down at Seiko, still breathing, and sobbed. I led Seiko out of the stall and gently laid her down on the bathroom floor. She was too weak to go any farther just yet.
聖子、バカ、なんで首なんかつるの？
Wait, hold on a second. We acknowledged that she was writhing and that she wanted to live. Seiko, you idiot. Why would you try to hang yourself? Seiko's gonna be like, you hung me. I was so worried about you. Seiko's like, yo, give me a sec, let me catch my breath, and then let me yell at you for putting me up there. You have no idea.
聖子の体に頭を乗せる。温かい。もう離さない。この子を連れて行かせやしない。
I laid my head on her body. She was so warm. I wasn't going to let her go again. I wasn't going to let anyone take her away from me.
もう大丈夫。
なぜって私が来た。
ごめんね、聖子。もう一人にしないから。
It's okay. It's okay now. I'm sorry, Seiko. I won't ever leave you alone again. I really want to hear what Seiko's first words are going to be. Do you understand? Can you see me? It's me, Naomi. Did she have some sort of like brain damage or something? Is she gonna like freak out? Is she gonna realize like, oh, it's you and you tried to like hang me and like freak out or something? Like, what? What is it? Yep.
聖子。
What? Seiko? Huh?
どうしたの？私。
At least we know her lungs are working well. What's wrong? It's me. It's me.
聖子の様子がおかしい。
Seiko wasn't acting like herself.
まるで恐ろしいものに再会したような、心の底から怯えきった表情で私を見据えて。
She was regarding me as if she'd just seen a ghost. Her face was plainly painted with abject fear, from the very depths of her soul.
足をふらつかせながら立ち上がり、後ずさっていく。
She stumbled to her feet clumsily, then hastily darted out of the room. I mean, I don't blame her, but how do we fix this?
聖子？
Seiko?
なんで？どうして？意味がわからない。錯乱しているのかな？とにかく追いつかないと。
What? Why? I didn't understand. Was she confused? Either way, I had to catch her. And I'm sure that's going to be interpreted very well by Seiko.
待ってよ。どうしたの？果たしてよ、ナオミ。
Wait, tell me what's wrong. It's me. It's Naomi.
聖子の後を追って駆け出す。廊下の隅から階段へ入ろうとした。その時。
I kept pace with Seiko's frantic, unsteady sprinting as she turned the corner and headed down the staircase. And then, oh no, don't tell me she's gonna fall to her death. No. No!
ちょっと
No. No, 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 no. No, do not tell me that just happened. Do not tell me that just happened. You've got to be kidding me. No, not again. No. We just worked so hard to free her from her fate before. I'd also like to point out just real quick that did her head come off? She did. It did. I was going to say that her head seems very far from where her shoulders would be based on her body on the right. And Naomi's head is blocking it. She fell down the stairs into the wire and was decapitated. No! Oh. Does this mean we need to replay from even further back? And then trigger the whole bathroom scenes when the wires are down or something like that? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Just want to save Seiko. Why? Why? Seiko, I saved you. I just saved you. Huh? Of course, Sachiko. Ugh, smells rotten. Oh, poor you, poor you. Did you really think you could save her? I mean, yeah, I did. Once someone's fate passes through these halls, it locks in place forever. Don't you see? If your destiny is to die here, then that's what's going to happen, no matter what. And the way you die will just keep getting worse and worse every time. Oh, I don't like where this is going. I don't like where this is going. Good girl, good girl. Yeah, she totally just baited Naomi into giving her more entertainment by trying to give her hope, only to take it away for despair. Don't worry, I'll gladly extract all your painful memories for now. No, we need those to make better decisions in the future, but also, this sounds like we're trapped in a cycle of Sachiko taking all of our painful memories and then slowly giving them back to us, making us think we can save her, and then having her die, having Seiko die again, and then us going through all this despair and Sachiko enjoying it, and then taking back and letting it repeat in different ways. This isn't your first time here, after all, right? Oh my. We have all the time in the world to savor all the new, unspeakable ways your friend can die. Why is she slurping? Is she like drinking that hair or that like blackish liquid? The darkness or whatnot, maybe? Yikes. Doesn't seem like we're in the greatest spot. Such unbelievable cruelty. This was an inhuman malevolence, the likes of which I've never even imagined could exist. Because of my own overzealous actions, Seiko wound up meeting fate even worse than death by hanging. Oh, that's such a despairful image. It's my fault. My fault. Do we still believe, though? Do we still believe that we can change fate?
聖子の方に私の涙がポトポトと落ちる。
My tears began raining down on Seiko's cheek.
額に、鼻に、口に、目に。
And on her forehead, into her nose, into her mouth, into her eyes.
だけど、聖子は目をつぶらない。
But Seiko's eyes wouldn't close.
焦点の定まらない目で、じっと私を見つめ続けている。
Despite lacking the ability to focus anymore, she just kept staring right at me.
聖子、今、何を見ているの？何を思っているの？
Oh, Seiko, what are you looking at right now? What thoughts are going through your mind?
どうしてさっき、私を見て駆け出したの？
Why did you run from me earlier?
どうして怯えるみたいな顔したの？
Why were you so afraid?
いくら問いかけても、聖子は返事をしてくれなかった。
But no matter how many times I asked her these questions, Seiko just wouldn't answer.
何があっても友達だって、ずっと一緒にいようねって。
I told her we'd always be friends, no matter what, that we'd always be together.
答えてよ。返事してよ。
Answer me, please. Say something. Don't leave me alone. Oh, poor Naomi.
まだ温かみの残る聖子の頭を抱きしめて、無力な私はただ同国することしかできなかった。
I could still feel the warmth from Seiko's head in my arms, but she was gone now. I was powerless. All I could do was scream.
何もできない。何も変えられない。
There was nothing else to do. There was nothing I could change.
張り巡らされた冷たい檻に吸い込まれるように、残酷な嘲笑と私の嗚咽が響き渡る。
Not that the screaming helped. All that did was echo back at me, as if mocking my pain. I felt like I was trapped in a cold, damp cell.
ここは紛れもなく地獄だった。
I had no doubt in my mind that this was hell.
どうしてこんなひどい目に遭わなきゃいけないの？
Why do we have to be put through this nightmare?
やだもうこの学校！ここから出して！誰か助けて！
God, I can't take it anymore. Get me out of here. Someone please save me. Yikes. I feel like we're at the end of number one. Yeah. Number one, Seal. An alternate universe tale. An alternate universe tale. So, we finished chapter 1. Chapter 2, Demise, is now playable. Satomi Arai, Soulful Testimony unlocked in bonus menu. Huh. So it seems there's some pretty cool bonuses and stuff. You guys let me know if you do know, if I should be looking at those concurrently or if I should just wait to beat the whole game and then look back at all these bonus materials and such. Interesting. So we've unlocked chapter 2. Chapter 1 was intense. It was a good start. I didn't like all the fan service at the beginning, but the relationship between Naomi and Seiko is of course a really cool one. It's a really interesting one. It's a really compelling one, and it's one of my favorites. And the roller coaster and the urgency of the decisions made with Seiko hanging and all, and the hope and the despair, everything. I really like that moment. I'm not a big fan of the gameplay thus far with the motion around. I'm not really looking to watch the OP again, but not really a big fan of the moving around with the map and everything just yet. But the story is looking like it's going to be cool, and of course, you know, that's what's most important. But regardless, we will start chapter 2 in the next episode. Let me know if you guys liked chapter 1. Let me know what you guys' thoughts were. Like I said, I liked it overall. Wasn't perfect. Pretty far from perfect, in my opinion. It was really the end. It was the last, you know, probably 2-3 episodes that really pulled it together. And I'm looking forward to seeing what, you know, of course, what he has to offer in the future, because I can only imagine it's going to get better. So, see you guys in the next episode. But until then, this is Midnight Zero, and this mission is complete.